What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from AK Nation TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, subscribe so you can see me some more. Listen, I am here to talk to y'all about All-Stars 5 season rivals, All-Stars 5 themed rivals, whatever. And I have to say, I'm not excited about this season. I forgot that it came on Wednesday or whatever the case may be. And, I follow a couple of the challenge people that I like the Narises, the Kylans, the Corys, the gay Corey, the straight Corey. I follow a couple of them. Their tweets are interesting. But what's going on right now as I'm looking at Twitter is that people are going off with this LGB stuff and leaving out the T and LGBT. It's a lot going on right now. And I think we should talk about it on Culture Club. Yes, let's talk about her. Either way, let's get into this particular episode. Be sure to like the video. And let's get into some things. I want to start off with this tweet from Corey first. If you are on a show called The Challenge, you are expected to be challenged. Can't stand when people don't participate. Definitely should be a penalty. Just goes to show that All Stars isn't on the same level as the flagship. Point blank, period. And no disrespect to the participants on All Stars because I rock with a lot of y'all, but even people on Era 1 can tell you that All Stars is not the same compared to the flagship. They get better treatment, pay, all that. The flagship, we are getting out the mud, 100. Let's go through the comments, shall we? I know you got her number. On behalf of the fans, tell Anissa she's not wanted on this show anymore. Wish her well in life, but hang it up with love. Next up, you and me as partners. Only I am on the ledge and you have to be the flag catcher. Are you going to go through with this as if we have a chance? I saw you up there and we had a team to help with the weight, 3-1. I don't know what Tina's trying to say. Then we have another comment that says facts. Then we have another comment that says, absolutely, this is called All Stars, not just happy to be here stars. Then we have another comment, Corey bye. Why didn't they ask you to do All Stars yet? Then we have another one. For real, they should call the show OGs or fan faves, not All Stars. Half these people haven't sniffed a championship. And then we have another comment says, yeah, that was pathetic. I'll be honest. I'm terrified of heights, but if I'm in a game and there's a ton of money on the line and I know I'm safe, I'm just doing it. All right, let's start talking about this snooze fest of a season. Listen, we have 4 teams with stars. And at this particular moment, no one is really understanding how the game is going to be played. All the people with stars, the ones making decisions, or do we have a winning team that's going to make decisions? We don't know until we do know, right? So I'm like, what is going on here? And even when he explained the details, I was still kind of confused until the end. But whatever, I digress. Steve and Adam are in their rooms trying out math equations and practicing. Then we have Beth, who owns a 30-year-old pair of jeans. I do not. I'd have a sweater that's 9 years old, but 30 years old? That would mean that I would have clothes when I was 13. So yeah, no, I don't have anything that's 30 years old. That's crazy work to me. Amber then proceeds to say that Fessy is a good person. Is he really? And that she has to just find that in him. I don't know. When I think of Fessy, I don't think of good person with regard to Fessy. When I think of Fessy, I think someone who's only in it for himself, someone who will stab you in the back. That's what I think of when I think of Fessy. I don't think of Fessy as a great guy. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, I'm gonna let Amber have whatever she's trying to serve up. They're going up an elevator, their ears are popping. We already know that this is going to be a height challenge, and already people are doing reactions like they're throwing up, trying to hold in their throw up, Ashley. We got people crying right out the gate, Big T. Oh my God, what the hell? This is a mess. And all of these people are considered all-stars. Why? The name of this challenge is called Edge of Glory, and I'm like, okay, who like gets paid to come up with these names? I'd be very curious to see like who actually comes up with these names, and like, is there like a round table discussion? Everybody's drinking Starbucks and eating donuts, and they're like, let's call this Edge of Glory. Whatever. I'm gonna go through my notes at this point because a lot of people quit. Practically everybody quit, but I gotta call these broads out. So Anissa quits. I'm not shocked. Like, at this point, why does Anissa even come to the challenge? Are people really thinking like, are these producers really thinking that people want to see her? Like, or is she just so liked by the producers or whoever creates these shows that they're like, oh, I would love to see Anissa again. She's easy to get along with. She's great. Let's put her in. Maybe this time she'll win. You partnered her up with Ashley. There is no way on God's green and blue earth that Ashley is winning with Anissa as a partner. Period. It's not happening. It's just not. It's not happening. Like, why do we think it's I don't think anybody thinks that, to be honest. But she quits. I'm not shocked. Beth and Janae. Beth is a horrible partner for Janae. Janae won twice. Janae is capable. Janae is it can happen for her. She won twice in a row. Season 2 and 3 or seasons 1 and 2. Whatever it was. And Beth is crying her eyes out. She doesn't want to go. Then she's like, all right, I'll do it. Then she gets out there and she quits. Trash. Devon gets one flag. She can't do it anymore. She quits. Okay. Steve and Adam, the only pair at this point that gets all flags, and he gets the flag by jumping off. Okay. They get it. Are we shocked? Not really. Frank and Sam goes out there. Frank quits. Trash. Then we got Kellyanne and Sylvia. Now, I never was a fan of Sylvia. I can't remember why she pissed me off. I can't remember why I'm aggravated with her. She's forgettable. Kellyanne, love her to pieces. Love her down boots, okay? Kellyanne, now I'm starting to wonder, like, I wonder how all these challenges, like, what they voted for. Because Cara Maria voting for Orange, man, like, really puts me in a different position. Like, I don't have a lot, like, I'm switched, I'm swayed. It's just, it is what it is. And like finding out like her viewpoint is not something that, I don't know. She should be like, these challenge people should be careful about mismingling like with the politics and stuff, because now I feel some sort of way. And it is what it is. Like, how can you be a member of the family, my family, LGBTQIA plus elemental P 2 3/3, right? How all of the things, all of the variables, and you vote for Orange Man. I don't see that. I don't understand that. But whatever, I'm not going to go too much on it. I'm going to switch gears and come back to where I am. But I don't know if Kellyanne voted for Orange Man or not. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. But I like Kellyanne is all I'm saying. And Kellyanne over Sylvia all day. Kellyanne says point blank period, then we should go home if you're going to sit here and like, quit and allow us to get disqualified from challenges. Kellyanne is a beast, and I like Kellyanne. I don't know what. A lot of people that I like got played this season. Kellyanne is one of them. And I don't really, with Janae like that, so I don't really care about her that much. But she got the itch end of the stick by ending up with Beth. Ashley and Dario quit. I think his name is Dario. I keep forgetting about these people. But they quit. Amber is like the toughest chick on here with regards to this challenge, because even though she has her issues with Fessy, she leans all the way without having to jump and gets the flag. Mind you, Fessy is strong, so he could hold her up. Makes sense. But shout out to Amber and Fessy for getting all the flags. Corey and Big T quit. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I like Corey. Corey got the ish and the stick by having Big T. It's like there's a prominent player and then there's like the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? Turbo, prominent player. Nani, the weakest link. You know? And even though Nani is a competitor, she can be a beast. She's very feisty. But they're who's the weakest link between Devin and Leroy? There's one in every partnership. There's one in every duo. The only team that I think is like really, really hitting on all cylinders is Steve and Adam. That's no shade. Like, for real. There's a weak link in every partnership except for Steve and Adam. Like, do we not see her? Anyways, let's move on. It starts to rain, and what do you know? Nani and Turbo don't have to go if they choose not to. Nani says, "Oh, I'm not coming back tomorrow. I'm not coming back tomorrow." Leroy and Devin, what do you know? Leroy jumps out. Well, I'm not coming back tomorrow either. Like, what's the point? Then we have Nicole and freaking Melissa. Melissa's like, I know, like, it would be great to think that I'm going to be Amber and Fessy, but I don't want to come back tomorrow either. Listen, I don't know where All Stars comes from. It clearly means that they've been on the challenge before. That's what makes them an all-star, because I don't even think Amber has done like 5 seasons, but she's an all-star. Whatever. I like Amber. I think she's cool. But Amber is becoming to be a liability for me. But I understand why Fessy doesn't want to get too wrapped up in the political aspect of things, because he wants a happy wife is a happy friendship partnership for this thing. Like, he is going to be Team Amber. And this is a new thing. I like this new side of Fessy because I like Amber too. But Amber has the ability to be like too much, especially politically. Like, she's not the savviest of the challenge veterans when it comes to politics. We have a little round couch discussion when Frank is trying to be the political savvy guy because he's stuck with Sam, but Frank also like quit. Or at least that's what we saw. I don't know if Sam was like, I'm not putting my heavy ass up on here. I'm not holding you up. We're quitting. I don't know what happened, but they're quitters. They're all quitters. And so Frank is like, well, if I'm going to be dealing with Sam, then I might as well like play, my villainous role that I'm used to playing in, the decades that I've been on the show or whatever. And so Frank starts to put out names of who should go home. Adam and Steve should definitely go home. They should. They're front runners. Like, that's a clear as day team that's made to win this. Clear as day. And so Frank is speaking to Amber. Amber's like, well, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I do want to talk to Fessy, though. Amber, you can see Amber, like, gets a hint of, like, I don't know what it's called, but, like, she won, so she's feeling herself. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a bit to where it's, like, not too much. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're doing too much. Because now Nicole is in the mix, and Amber doesn't like Nicole for whatever reason. She thinks that Nicole has a big mouth, according to the edit, because Nicole said Beth's jeans were 30 years old, and who owns 30 years old jeans? So now Amber and Nicole is making it a thing. Well, Amber is making it a thing with Nicole, and she's like, I just don't like how she plays. I just want to get her out of here, or whatever she's saying, right? Amber tells that to Veronica. I don't know what the hell Amber is thinking about relaying all of this stuff to Veronica, but she feels so compelled and safe with Veronica. It's so interesting how these people think that they're cool with these people, and then the same people come up in the next edit and they're like, yeah, I don't care about her. Like, I don't know why she's telling me this. Like, Adam and Steve are my friends. I would never not tell them. I'm like, girl, what? Amber does not know how to read the room. So then Veronica runs and tells that to Adam and Steve, and Adam feels some sort of way, right? He then goes and talks to, Fessy, and Fessy's like, well, I got to see what Amber wants to do, or whatever the case may be. Ciao, boom. We get to the House vote, and I'm just skipping all over the place because it's really not that deep. We get to the House vote, and everyone is voting Adam and Steve, except for Nicole and Melissa. Nicole and Melissa throws their vote to Janae and Beth. Okay, boom. I believe that's how it went down, whatever. It's just like trivial shit doesn't really matter to me. So Nicole's like, I would love to know who said what they said. And Melissa's like crying, but not crying. And Nicole has to calm her down or whatever the case may be. It's not that freaking deep. Like, these people are sensitive as heck, okay? And so they feel some sort of way or whatever was whatever. So Adam and Steve end up getting thrown in. Makes sense to me. But what does not make any lick of sense at all in this particular situation is that Fessy and Amber throw in Janae and Beth. Now, if we're really wanting Steve and Adam to go, I get on one hand that Fessy's like, we should be cool with them because they'll probably save us, have our backs later or whatever the case may be. I get that from a certain perspective. But like, who else would I have sent in against them? To be honest, I would have sent in Leroy and Devin. Like, could they not be sent in? I mean, I was the only winner. Like, everyone's on the chopping block. I would have sent in Devin and Leroy. No shade. And that just would have been it for me. So we get to the challenge, and Beth and Janae could have pulled it out. I think that if Janae was with a spunkier, another chick, she would have won. They would have won. And that's just how I see it. I think Melissa and Nicole could have beat Adam and Steve in this. If it was me, I would have looked at this and would have been like, okay, let's see if we have a shot to get them out. Melissa and Nicole. That would have been it. Melissa's spunky, Nicole can move, and they're both tiny. I think they could have pulled that out. I would have saw that and would have been like, yeah, they're going in. Let's talk about Silver and Silver and Kellyanne. If I was Kellyanne, I would have popped her. Because Sylvia is a smart mouth broad. Like, really smart mouth. And I just would have popped her. Like, in my mind, like, not really because, I'm a dude, she's a chick, whatever. And you could get disqualified. But in my mind, I would have popped her because her mouth is reckless to me. And obviously, like, if I was Kellyanne, I would just drop out. I would disqualify. I'm not going to be the reason why this broad gets money. And when I get to the end, I'm not going to have her think that she could take the money from me because I will pop her. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? So if she's already quitting and this is what I got to deal with, like, y'all really want me to put me through this for the whole season? Oh, I'm out, baby. Deuces. I would have left. I would screw Sylvia and leave right away. Corey and Big T seem to be cordial, getting along. Melissa and Nicole seem to be cordial, getting along. Steve and Adam seem to be cordial. Leroy and Devin seem to be cordial. Beth and Janae, I would have left a long time ago. Shane and Davon seem to be cordial. Ashley and Dario seem like a lot of other people seem to be cordial, but like me being stuck with an Anissa, me being stuck with a freaking Beth, me being stuck with somebody that I don't get along with, like a Sylvia, I'm out of here. I'm out. Like there's no point in me like what? Anyways, leave your comments below. What did you think about this particular episode? How do you feel about, getting to know these challengers politically? And does that matter to you? I'm curious because, things are getting hot on Twitter. Yes, they are. Anyways, love you guys. Doses.